Killer. No. Kilo. Yeah. The envy. Live in the studio. Yeah. You already know what time it is. I see you train. The MVP. The envy. Yeah. The MVP. The MVP. They envy me. Cause I'm MVP. We got the news straight from the source. We got the tea. Yeah, we got the tea. We on the field. We on the court. We in the street. Yeah, we in the street. The MVP. The MVP. They envy me. Cause I'm MVP.
We good?
We good.
Mic check. 1 2 1 2. What is up, world? You are tuned in now to episode 5 of the MVP show. If you listening, the most valuable podcast. Here with your host, your boy Coach Key, my main man's TrainT, and today we got a very special guest with us.
We said royalty earlier.
Yeah. Freeport royalty, if you ask me. Head coach of the football team and the coach of the wrestling team, Anthony Dedmond. Coach, say what's up.
Man, I'm waiting for that royal to come in. I told you. I sure appreciate it. What's happening?
Behind the 1s and 2s, we got my man's GG. Say what's up to the people.
Hey y'all, how y'all doing this evening?
He's back.
He's
back.
Last episode, man, we brought y'all in. We talked a little bit about the free agency trades. Big ones didn't really happen yet, though. We got some big ones to talk about today. We talked a little bit about the Sweet 16 leading, or not the Sweet 16, the tournament leading up. We're gonna talk about the Sweet 16 today, and we talked a little bit about the esports, and we played a little game for y'all. We know it was
Extra
ass.
bummy.
That's cool.
Extra
Y'all don't
bummy.
have to leave no comments. We understand.
Trash.
Today, you know what I mean? We're going to jump in. We're going to do our hot takes. We're going to do our facts of cap. And then we're going to spend some time with Coach, man, breaking down his life story, coaching path, and everything we want to know about coaching and ask him. We're going to ask some tough questions, too, because that's what we here for. But let's dive in first.
I'm gonna be looking
And
at
foremost, wait, before we dive in,
Go ahead, let them know.
we want to thank every single person that liked, watched, subscribed, or shared the last episode. If this your first time tuning in, because I know we got, like I said, royalty today, so y'all might be tuning in for this one. Go back, watch the other ones, man. Stay tuned, subscribe, share all these future ones. But yeah, let's go.
Like, share, and subscribe.
Everything.
Comment too.
Let's dive in with these.
We're a little mean. Episode 5. Episode
We don't
5.
like to
We're a
give you
little mean now.
choices. Yeah, you just gotta do it. You just gotta do it. Hot takes, man. NFL free agency.
Deshaun, well, he ain't no free agent, but Deshaun.
Man.
Deshaun is back, baby.
Man,
Deshaun is back.
in Cleveland. In Cleveland, of all places, I ain't see Cleveland coming.
How y'all think the masseuses in Cleveland feel about that?
Terrified.
Wow, we go straight to that.
Terrified.
Straight to that. Wow, you go straight to that, right? I mean, hey.
Did it to himself. 22 of them?
Yeah.
22 of them.
Yeah.
Innocent to proven guilty, right?
Yes.
I was about to say, innocent.
Let me say, I believe he innocent. Come on now.
I mean,
That he's a young, reasonably looking man, reasonably handsome man. You know,
people
a lot
with
of money.
People with money do weird shit, though.
You right.
I'll tell you.
I don't know what he did. You right.
I feel like, okay, so he wanted to leave the Texans, right?
Mhm.
And then they went ahead and shot that character down on him. That's what happened.
I do believe that had something to do with that.
That's what I feel like happened.
Definitely.
Well, I mean, the Texans made out good, though. I mean, they got 3 first-round picks.
Anybody in that?
What?
They
3
still
first
finna
rounds,
be certified.
3rd,
Boo-boo.
4th. I mean, they got who? The Texans.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean,
Yeah, they should have kept him because they got Lovey now.
They still finna be boo.
Yeah.
They don't want Lovey to do good.
They don't.
Let's be real. That was
Yes, man.
a pity hire right there.
Well,
They just throwing a bone.
they're blind for real. That's trauma.
It's all bad, man.
They stopped talking about it.
That man.
How you feel about that?
You know, I remember watching Lovey, his last game coached against Illinois against Northwestern. And I happened to come in and they got the picture on Lovey. I don't know how I caught that, but they watching Lovey. And Lovey had his arm crossed looking and the camera's on him. And the guy said, "This looks like a man who may not have a job tomorrow." And he was fired next day.
The man they be calling for it.
You know, it's hard to coach down there in Illinois. It's hard because that prerequisite to get those kids in there, the math is getting in there. It's hard to do that. But you know, Lovey gonna keep a job. He's been quite a few places. I feel that we don't speak enough about Mike Tomlin. I hate to get off subject, but Mike Tomlin,
Yeah,
this man ain't never had a losing season ever.
No.
We don't give him no praise.
Yeah.
None. But we go straight to the Cowboys. I'm sorry. Cowboys offensive coordinator.
Kellen Moore.
Right. He should be.
Wonderful.
I mean,
yeah.
just,
He's a
you know,
wonderful.
I mean, I'm just saying, just, proofs in the pudding, I guess, is how you look at it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Packers traded Devontae. I didn't see that coming.
He looks very happy now.
Yeah, he back with his college boy now.
Yeah. Was that roommate?
I don't know.
I can only imagine.
If Derek Carr don't ball out
Wow.
this season, it's about a wrap for him though.
I got respect for Derek Carr. I've heard him interview quite a few times. Derek Carr's a good dude.
Yeah.
From what I see on him. He always say the right thing. He
Yeah.
don't say that. He always
No,
say
he said the key thing. Open everybody's emails.
that. He said the right thing.
Open
Yeah.
everybody's.
Don't just give us the ones you want us to see.
No.
Yeah.
But
Not at all.
that's gone too though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They swept it on the rug.
Duh.
Quick. Gruden they talked about Gruden getting another job ASAP after that.
Wow.
So, that's how it goes. That's how it goes. But Devontae, he looks happy. Look like they about to do some work.
Yeah.
Raiders look like they could make some noise, but
Why do you think they did that? Do you think they did that to save space after the Rodgers deal, or?
No, he told them he didn't want to be there. They didn't negotiate the last time that they had an opportunity.
Why
to.
do you think A-Rod feels about that now?
They said he knew.
he shot him in the foot.
He knew.
He made it.
He knew that he wasn't coming back before he signed that extension.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't
Okay.
know
Didn't
that.
say
He
that.
knew.
But he got his money though.
Yeah, he got his.
That's all that mattered.
That's all that really
He
matters.
He got what he wanted.
He newly single. Got his money.
Again?
Yeah.
A-Rod?
Yeah.
They
Called off the engagement.
They've been spotted together a few times in the past month.
Oh, he in there?
Yeah,
I got that bread.
Took the ring out the equation. And
Got that
I was
bread.
like, things weren't so rocky.
Work out a little bit better, I guess.
And then the Falcons trade icon of a quarterback, I guess.
He ain't no icon, man.
Stop it with
To
the
them?
icon.
To them?
He ain't no icon. No, for
He's
what?
not.
No.
He's
Vic.
not.
Michael Vick.
Michael
Michael Vick
Michael
is
Vick.
the Atlanta Falcons
Yeah.
icon
You
quarterback.
think so?
Yes.
I know
He's
so.
he's still
In this room, maybe. I don't
Because-
think in the Falcons' eyes, they got Matt Ryan and tried to replace Vic quickly.
he ain't do anything.
He was the quarterback for a long time. He had a lot of. I
He
mean,
took the Super Bowl.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I like Matty Ice. I'm not against
I'm
him.
not saying the man's one of the
He's
greatest
not.
of all time.
They call him Matty Ice.
It's always been that.
Yeah.
For what? What'd he do?
Ice in his veins.
Obviously,
I didn't give him the nickname.
He blew a 28-3 lead.
I mean, it takes a lot of parts.
Get your Patriots.
Let's be
He
real.
nervous.
Let's be real. He didn't blow that.
No, he did not.
Matt Ryan himself did not blow that. The coaches blew that.
Okay, I get that.
Like they said, they went from
Right.
defense coordinator. Whoever defense coordinator, they went from him being a potential next hire to you might have a job.
Yeah. What are you doing here?
That was
Why are you here? Yeah, you think about that Super Bowl, that was mostly, from my recollection, like, why would you keep playing zone defense at that point in time? Like,
Especially this Tom Brady.
Maybe players can't keep up.
someone that you know is going to see the openings. So, yeah, I can't put that on Matt Ryan.
How y'all feel he'll do with the Colts though?
Like all the other ones have done these past few years.
I like the Colts as an organization. I mean, I think they got some really good pieces there.
Mm-hmm.
Defensively stacked. Offensively, probably top 3 running back in the league right now. I just think personally that it'll be all right. I mean, Matty I think he gonna put the ball. I think he gonna make, as long as he don't turn the ball over, hand the ball off.
That's what he's gonna do.
And they get their wins in, but coming out the division also, I mean, the division is not as. It's not when you say, "Oh my God!" It's not like that Denver, Kansas City.
Yeah, it ain't that type
Not
of
the
deal.
West. It's not the West. It's not the
They
West.
got a little shot.
Yeah, they got a shot. So I don't know.
To kind of take it back to the Browns though, what do you think Amari Cooper and Deshaun Watson will do together?
Amari Cooper's a dog.
Yeah.
Amari Cooper's always been a dog, man. Don't forget the running game. Hunt, Chubb.
We'll get to you in a second.
They got Hunt. They got Chubb. I mean, that run game takes a lot off that pass.
Yeah.
And Joku, tight end. I mean, Joku's an athlete. You know, they got a couple of People Jones. I like Peoples Jones. So I think all around they have some.
Kid Peoples.
Huh?
They name their kid Peoples.
Peoples Jones.
That's his last name.
Yeah, Peoples Jones.
He got 2 last
He got
names.
hyphenate. Jones. Peoples Jones.
Interesting.
But
I set up on my football.
I'm still you know, I think they did well last year. Like I said, I think that Deshaun Watson brings a whole different look where you have to account not just for the pass but for the feet. You have to. And
Now that brings up a question: do you think they're going to allow Deshaun Watson to be Deshaun Watson?
when you pay somebody that much money,
You
then
better
you
let
pay
that
him to
man be
bring
him.
what he brings to the table.
You should. I
Yes.
agree.
I think coming in they know what he got. So, but I didn't see him in Cleveland. Though. I still see him in Cleveland.
Even the off the field antics, they gonna let him get away with that too.
Innocent until proven
yeah,
guilty.
yeah. We can't say he did that. That's, you know.
Oh yeah, I don't think he did.
I never would saw him going to Cleveland. I thought Saints probably because indoors. I mean, and great following.
Now did they get rid of Baker yet?
No.
No, he's still mad.
Yeah, it's in the works.
He's hurt, yo.
They're working on it.
But they did sign
He's
right?
hurt.
Jacoby. They signed Jacoby as a backup. Yeah. So
You know
Brissett.
Baker, yeah.
Did
So you
they?
know, yeah,
Wow.
so you know Baker's on the way out.
He's on the way out. Yeah. What's his contract looking like?
It's just like a 1 year or something like
Okay.
that, 2 year maybe.
Oh yeah.
My opinion. As soon as we traded him to him, I'm like, yes, we traded him to a team with a not so great quarterback in Baker Mayfield, so Amari's not finna look super cold, and we won't look like we lost out. And then like 4 days later, they got Deshaun Watson, and I was like, damn, Amari finna look worldly. You feel me? Amari's finna look otherworldly. You feel me? But
He already looked otherworldly to me. That man is
this is my
an
question,
amazing
though.
athlete.
Which team made the bigger mistake? The Bears trading Khalil or the Cowboys trading Amari?
The Bears.
I don't know. Khalil hurt quite a bit. I mean, he just
He recently.
once the stars. I mean, he ain't
Right.
get no younger. I mean,
I don't think they recouped enough for what they gave up to get him.
I don't know. I'm not a Bears fan, so
How many times the Bears are just gonna keep starting over though? Like, y'all gotta keep some vets in there so they can kind of rub off when they DNA on the rest of the team.
I think the Bears' problem is a top-down problem, meaning you got to change some of the management. You got to change up some of the management.
We didn't do anything right.
The players are the players, but if you're gonna keep rebuilding, I don't understand what's going on.
That's what they keep doing.
I think a bigger loss to Khalil is Allen Robinson myself. I mean, help the young quarterback out Justin Fields. I mean, now you lose a big weapon.
Yeah.
I mean, I said Khalil spent a lot of time on the sidelines, not taking anything from him because he a dog. But at the end of the day, I mean, if you can't score, you can't win.
Yeah.
True.
You're going to have to score against somebody, even though that might be one of the weakest divisions in the league right there.
Yeah.
But Minnesota, cause I go on, but I mean, you go out to Minnesota, man. They got all the weapons in Minnesota now.
Yeah.
They're just so cold. But yeah, losing that Robinson, that hurt you there.
Yeah.
That hurt you. But we'll see. New coach, same management.
What are the other receivers on the Cowboys? Who's their number one right now?
Had to be CD.
Me.
And Gallup got to sign. Yeah.
CD and Gallup had to be
Me.
the one too. They just signed James Washington to be the slot guy.
Okay.
And don't forget Schultz now. That
Yeah,
tight end.
yeah.
Schultz bad man at tight end.
Yeah,
I like Schultz.
Schultz. I like him. Yeah.
I like
Him and
Schultz.
Dak got something.
Yeah.
They got the timing down.
Yeah. What about Zeke though? I mean, anybody talk about Zeke?
Oh,
Huh?
man.
Ain't nobody talk about Zeke though.
That's why we got rid of Cooper.
It's over with.
Because of Zeke's contract.
But
Zeke, the second best running back on the team.
you got Tony Pollard right there. So
Yeah.
is Zeke worth his contract now?
No, not at all.
Yeah, I was about to say that's a money thing. Right
But you
there.
get rid of
Like,
Zeke right now,
they
you
pay a
don't
lot of
save
for
no
him.
money. So that's why we got to get rid of Cooper.
I'm very impressed with Tony Pollard. Tony Pollard's a monster.
Yeah, he's a dog.
I mean, are you saying Zeke compared to Zeke is not good, or are you saying he's not good?
I'm saying Zeke compared to Zeke.
Okay.
I'm saying Zeke getting $90 million a year.
That's not worth
Like
it.
we seen what happened to Todd Gurley when he got that money.
Sometimes I feel like people expectations of him are trying to match up to his first 2 years of his career, and I don't feel like that's realistic.
Zeke don't look. I watch Cowboys games. Zeke don't hit the hole the same no more.
He set the bar.
Zeke used to hit the hole and people moved backwards.
And then he got his money.
And now when he hit the hole, he falls sideways. Watch the games. He falls sideways. I don't know when it happened. Tony Pollard hit the hole.
Go
We
straight
through
through
there.
there. Huh?
We through there. No matter what's on the other end.
He got a
we
different
through there.
gear too. He got a different gear once he get there. Oh, he get there.
Yeah.
But yeah, Zeke. I compare Zeke to Zeke. Zeke set the bar high. Come out of Ohio State, set the bar high, man. Looked great. Added a different dimension coming in.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not just running the ball between the tackles, but also catching the ball.
Catching the ball. That's what made him stand out to me.
Man,
He was
I mean,
awesome catching the ball.
Catch the ball and it just
Who was his quarterback at Ohio State? Miller?
Watermelon.
Haskins?
I was gonna say Haskins.
Maybe.
I can't remember who his quarterback was. You need to go to the Guru right now. You know what Guru? You know what Guru is.
Fine.
Oh,
Yeah, you already know.
yeah, Guru.
He's itching. I can't. I'm gonna get him on here soon.
You know Haskins. Grandfather played back in the
We'll get him on here soon. We're gonna,
Alcorn State.
Oh,
we're gonna get on here talking. So we talk about
high school is
y'all
numbers
fantasy
worse.
football league that y'all been having going on for years.
but yeah, it's just I compare him against Zeke, man. Zeke is. I guess sometimes you get that money. That's what happens. I think right now, to me, the only back, if I could say a back worth that type of money, Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
Derrick Henry is Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry.
Cardale Jones.
Okay.
Who?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Cardale. Yeah.
Cardale Jones.
Yeah, even Derrick Henry hurt. Derrick Henry.
They had a couple quarterbacks. Weren't they rotating quarterbacks that year though?
Something. I mean, I know. Yeah. It's something like that. Cardale took over late, I believe.
JT Barrett.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. That sounds
How
about
about
right.
JT?
Sweet 16. Y'all been watching any of this NCAA tournament at all?
I have.
I have not.
Yeah. Talking to my pops last night. He said Miami. Kind of threw me off. Yeah.
They was like a 10 seed, but they've been balling.
They balling. I mean, I will ride with them or Kansas. I'm going with the Midwest side of the bracket. I'm going with the Midwest. That's what I want to win. But you got Gonzaga, Arkansas. Well, the Sweet 16, you got Gonzaga going against Arkansas, Texas, and Duke. North Carolina, UCLA, Purdue, St. Peter's, Arizona.
St. Peter.
Yep, Arizona and Houston. St. Peter's balling right now
St. Peter's
too.
balling.
Yep. Arizona and Houston. I want Arizona to go ahead and get that. Michigan and Villanova, Kansas and Providence, and Iowa State and Miami.
And I'm rooting for Juwan.
Yeah.
You know, they showed that picture of Juwan. Juwan snapped out. They showed the picture. They multimedia everywhere. This horrible. He should be kicked out. He shouldn't coach again. Protecting his players. He protecting his team. He told dude, "Don't you touch me no more."
Try to walk past him.
Don't.
Try to walk past him.
We skip all past that.
They negate that fast.
Skip all past that.
Oh,
You're going to let him do him how he wants to, and he's not supposed to say nothing. And yes, we are supposed to be an example for our kids, so I get that part. But tempers are high, flared up, but you hardly show how he comforts this young man who's not even on his team.
For real though. Yep.
And tells him it's going to be all right.
Well, you knew that he had to do that.
But it was genuine.
He had to do something.
It was genuine.
Hey, Juwan, we're going to need you to do
You got to set up. He's coming
We're going
in
to have this
slow now.
kid walk up to you, and you're going to hug him.
Here
Give
he
it about
comes.
15 seconds. The cameras
camera.
cameras are going to zoom up to you. Whisper a couple things in his ear. Pat him on the back. Tell him good job. Just go on about your way. Don't look back.
Which one of these kids need a dad?
Let me say I love you.
Yeah.
Nah, you know what? I'm genuine, man.
I'm son after that.
That between that part there and also after they won with Ray Jackson and Chris Webber in the locker room. There too, because you know they was.
Oh, Webber was in there?
Yeah, Webber was in there too.
That's good to know.
Weber said, you know, man, this is the proudest moment ever. So, you know, they squashed their little beef. You know, I just watched Fab Five the other night.
Him and Jalen Rose cool yet?
Yeah, they back cool.
All right, cool.
They all back. They all back.
Even Jalen Rose.
They all back. Yes.
That's what's up.
Say I'm done with this. They say I'm done. You know, Jalen Rose after he left. What's his wife?
Molly.
Molly. They left Molly. They just got back cool with everybody. Cool.
Wait. Jalen and Molly is not a
Yeah.
thing anymore?
Nah.
Yeah, man.
I'm late. I ain't know.
Yeah.
I'm not
Molly
really
got a
paying attention
date.
to the gossip like that.
He got a
And
date.
Molly got a date next week.
So yeah, they all back together.
See you later,
man.
Molly.
They all back together.
See you later, Molly.
Yeah, Jay Rose went on there and he said a nice little speech about it. So he reached out, contacted him. Said Chris Webber been in all the games.
Oh, that's
Oh,
dope,
yeah.
man.
Yeah,
All right, that's
yeah.
good to hear, man.
You know, I said Ray Jackson right there. So man, that is, and don't care about the question what they did either. They made basketball cool again.
Yeah, they did.
They made it cool.
When they came out with that documentary, man, it changed like the dynamic of a lot of things for not that generation, but that those 3-4 year players in that stint that helped them kind of take the game a little bit more serious.
How special that team was.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
before we started 5 freshmen. 5 freshmen. Come on now.
Yeah, man, and it was killing.
And killing.
Killing.
You got this what 6? How tall was Jalen Rose? 6'6"?
About 6'5", 6'6".
Point
yeah.
guard.
Might have been like 6'7".
Point guard with the swag. I mean, Chris Webber dominated the middle. Jawan out and talking crazy to everybody.
Man, would.
Come on, man. Yes, I remember that like it was yesterday. Then I compare that UNLV team too. See, I'm getting off subject. Now.
You right.
It's good to hear somebody have good things to say about Chris Webber, though.
Yeah.
No, you don't hear too many because I can't stand on 2K.
You got to separate Chris Webber, the athlete, from the commentator.
Yes.
Is what it is. That's all.
Like when I play 2K, I turn the TV on mute.
I
Or I start the game over so I ain't gotta have him at the commentator.
Oh, come on.
Is that bad?
You know what Chris Webber happened? What happened to Chris Webber is what people don't understand. You down at these colleges, making these colleges so much money, and then you walk past the store and see your jersey hanging, and folks,
And you ain't got nothing.
folks walking out with your jersey on. Everybody got your jersey on, and you down there eating ramen noodles, hoping that man, I call somebody to get a couple dollars out of them. You know how hard it gotta be.
Man, they was killing them kids.
Come on. Well, you
They
should be
still
happy.
are.
They
Starving them
still
kids.
are. Well, now you got that national letter of 10 though. So, you know, Deion
It
Sanders.
looks like it's getting better.
It's only gonna work for
But
a
it
certain
ain't-
amount of
I don't-
kids.
I don't
It only works for
Yeah.
yes, it does. It only works for a
Yeah.
certain amount of kids. So, and how do you compensate those ones that still down there suffering? I mean,
Yeah, for real.
that's you still got kids down there that don't have that support system.
I know.
Mm.
So, you know, kids I noticed in school. I mean, man, they hurting, but you want to go out there and compete, play hard, give their all.
Caitlin Clark, she got a sponsorship deal with H&R Block. Right?
Okay.
But you think about the other girl that's on the team that's putting in work. She don't get
Yes.
nothing because she's not marketable like that.
Yes.
Like it's a tricky game.
It's
But I'm glad that kids are able to start getting paid though.
glad some opened up.
Yeah. So you would say you're going with Michigan though?
I'm rooting for Juwan.
Okay.
I'm rooting for Juwan. I'm gonna root for Juwan. Yeah.
Hopefully he don't slap nobody.
You know, I think he learned his lesson. I think he's just passionate about what he does. I mean, he's passionate. I can feel his passion.
I mean, yeah, you walk past him. That let me know right there.
He
man.
told him, "Don't you put your hands on me."
Touch me.
He forewarned him, "Don't you?"
And he meant what he said.
He did.
You put him over. So yeah, I don't know, man.
What you got, bro?
I picked Illinois to win it all in my
Oh,
ESPN bracket, so
Man.
at this point,
Oh,
I
man.
honestly don't give no fuck who wins.
I ain't no better. I took Memphis.
It's whatever. You know what I mean?
Penny. Sorry.
I like Arkansas. I like Duke.
I thought you picked Memphis for Rose or something.
Nah.
Penny.
No, Penny.
Penny.
That's it.
Because he cussed out the media earlier this year.
Oh yeah, Penny. Come
Our
on.
black coach was acting foolish.
This is different. This set of coaches here. This
It
ain't just sit down and we're gonna conversate about what's happening. Man, what? What did you see? You asked me some dumb questions, right? And they let it be known. I'm not gonna sit up here and just do this here. I'm mad. It's supposed to be that 24-hour rule. Not getting that 24-hour rule in. So it's.
I'm not mad at him for that. You got other coaches that's been like that. Look at Greg Popovich. You got other coaches that's no nonsense like that. Why shouldn't they be able
I'm
to
fools
speak
with
their
Greg
mind?
Popovich.
Pop
Yes.
be cussing
Pop.
the media clean out.
Pop.
He just got kicked out the game the other night. Then winked while
And
he was
don't
walking
care.
out.
And don't care.
The greatest Greg Popovich quote I heard is they asked him, what do they need to do better? And he looked them dead in their face and said, score more points. And walked
He don't
off.
play. He don't play.
Ain't nothing you can do about
He
it.
don't play.
I used to like Rudy Tomjanovich. from the Rockets. It's like him.
Okay.
He was vocal. I mean, sometimes it's you here to win. You here to win. And when it's all said and done, you here to win. And as a coach, you're a competitor. Yes, you are not there participating in playing, but you still here to win. So yeah, it's gonna be emotions. You're gonna be mad. You're gonna be upset. You want better. You don't spend all them days practicing, all that film work, all that class time, going out there thinking, we lost.
No, not at all.
You didn't pick Duke?
Nah, man, I don't trust them. I don't trust them anymore in the tournament.
Duke?
No.
Damn, you what?
No, listen. I don't know why I picked Illinois because I shouldn't trust them either.
I wasn't gonna say it, but you did.
You know what I mean?
What?
But, hey, if they on different sides of the bracket, I normally pick them two every single year.
Who?
Duke and Illinois, they're gonna meet in the championship, and Illinois gonna win. I pick the same score every year too, 71-66.
I don't see Duke beating Gonzaga. That's why I just don't see.
You don't see them?
No, not
Gonzaga
Gonzaga.
might lose to Arkansas.
I never liked Gonzaga.
I don't either.
They just so I hate. They great at what they do,
I was gonna say, they had a good
but they
program
just so
over there.
boring. Like it's just.
No, they don't produce. They don't produce.
It's not
no
like
real,
you like, oh my god.
They don't produce no real players.
No.
Like when you go back
It's
and
a
think about
system.
it,
It's a
Yes.
system type.
shit. Adam Morrison, for example,
Yes.
ass when he got in the league.
They remind me of the Patriots.
Yeah.
But we don't have no superstar. We got one. We had one, number 12. But after that, you got a bunch of guys
They
that
don't call him by name no more.
number 12.
That's the name.
I'm still hurt. That was a relationship that we kind of. I'm still hurt.
Huh? I get it.
I will say this is a person
Thank
that
y'all at least.
he been a Patriots fan before they was doing all that winning.
Thank you.
Bledsoe.
Yeah. If you know how many folks I get, oh, you just jumped on the bandwagon. No, I didn't.
No, he endured some hard
Yeah.
times.
It's a hard time. But you know, that hit on the sideline changed my fortune. When Bledsoe decided to stay in, I said, wow. Next thing you know, come on in, Tom. Come on in. And it's been smooth sailing there since. I mean, even last year, with a bunch of nobodies, we still made playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
I'm good with that.
I mean, he's a great coach though.
Belichick is a dog. He's a GOAT.
Great coach.
Yeah, he might be one of the greatest of all time for real.
Anytime you let Randy Moss go after a season record-setting year, you let him go. And Randy Moss says, I'll go back and play for the Patriots in a heartbeat. You know it's something good there. But he telling you, I got to pick what's best for me and the team. You fit the team, okay, but we're not bringing in no superstar. I'm not paying you no bunch of money. Why? I mean, yeah, you can go.
In summary.
All right, y'all. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come right back with the Facts of Cap because we know that's what y'all want, man.
Coach
Stay
got
tuned
it.
in.
Coach got it.
Yeah, we're going to ask Coach some tough questions on this Facts of Cap, too, y'all. We'll be right back. Welcome back, folks. You are watching the MVP show. If you're listening to the most valuable podcast. Welcome back. And we about to bring y'all the segment we know y'all want, Facts of Cap. Y'all see we got Coach in the hot seat today, so he gonna be answering all of our questions. Facts of Cap, Coach, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right,
You
so
want to explain the rules to him?
all right, this is how we do Facts of Cap, okay? I'm gonna make some statements, all right? Some of them gonna be outlandish, some of them might not be. You gonna tell me whether that statement is facts, true, or if it's cap, false. That's your only job today. You can explain a little bit if you want to, but we don't need too much explanation, all right?
If you have a point to be made,
Make it.
make your point.
Make it.
We're going to see what's happening.
All right, our first statement. Now that they got Coop and Watson, the Browns should be considered Super Bowl contenders?
Cap.
That was quick. I like this.
Cap.
I like this.
Everybody got a little bit better. So, I mean, man, them big names come in. We'll see what happens. But I got to see some proof.
Okay. All right. All right. So last year, the Colts went 9-8 with Carson Wentz in there. Next season, will the Colts have a better record with Matt Ryan?
I think probably about the same.
About the same?
About the same.
You gotta
I mean,
give me an answer though, Coach. Is it facts or cap?
for Cap.
Cap?
Hey, we've tried to play middle of the fence all season long. We gonna let Coach play it for the first time on our
I
show.
sure
y'all.
appreciate it. That's tough for that.
All right. I got the next one for you. This is a tough one.
I'm ready.
Devontae Adams is hands down the best wide receiver in the league.
Facts.
Facts.
Because they had nobody up in Green Bay, and he just killing regardless
Yeah.
of who you put on him.
Who else would you put up there with him?
I mean, I know it's early. Chase, I'm a Chase fan. I'm a Chase fan. I mean, that Minnesota.
I know you're talking about that.
Jefferson.
Jefferson. Yeah, man. I mean, so it's some great young wide receivers
I
out
was
there.
a little upset he didn't get the record this past year.
And just show you the coach wasn't thinking about that because what else did he have to lose? What else he had to lose?
They could have did it.
Could have did it, but he didn't. But yeah, I think Devontae Adams is just proven that he's consistent on what he does, regardless of what game plan you have. You just can't stop him.
Yeah. All right, now we gonna get into some. These gonna be a little more personal for you, Coach. All right. Facts or cap? A pretzel will win a state championship in wrestling this next season.
Fact.
Okay, I like it. You want to tell me who, or you just gonna leave it? You ain't gotta tell me.
I ain't got to say no names.
Okay, y'all know how we roll.
I ain't got to say no names. Just know that you know I'm blessed to be part of some outstanding kids, and that talent level is off the charts, and we've been consistent these past few years, and I don't see why it stops now.
Yeah, the groundwork has been laid. That's for sure. Let's move on to the next one now. We come from the 815. There are a lot of small schools around us that have been very successful in football in the recent decade or two. Can Freeport compete with some of them schools on the field?
Some of the smaller schools?
Yeah. So let's say like Freeport played like Lena, Dakota.
Freeport. Facts. We have some of the best athletes in Northern Illinois this way. And we have through years well before I was coaching. It's all a point of just putting it all together, being consistent on what we do, and the kids expecting to go out there and be great. But yes, easily, we compete against anybody in this area, small school, big school, out of state. I could care less where they are.
Amen.
We
Amen.
compete.
We
Yes.
compete.
Cause not compete, you're competing. We're competing and winning. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, so now this is the most personal of them all, Coach. I'm gonna put you in a bind here. All right.
Primes.
Now I'm talking about these people in their prime, okay?
Primes. They prime though.
And they prime.
Prime.
On the mat, Prime Major beats Prime Coach Devin in a wrestling match. Facts or cap?
Prime.
We went over this scenario a few times.
Y'all, you too?
Me and him. Me and him went over this scenario a few times. So I started wrestling real late in high school, where Major started when he was 5.
Yeah.
Major not only beats Prime Anthony Deadman, he more than likely either pins or tech falls. Yes.
Wow.
Is that Major?
It is no competition. It is no competition.
that
It is no. I mean, and I don't say it just because my son. I didn't see him do some amazing things.
He was a little bit bigger too.
He's 100. Yeah, I wrestled 152 when I was in school, but I was 152 as a senior in high school. I was 147 when I graduated. Major's 172 pounds, and not too much I could have did with him.
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
I'm good with that.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Real quick, what's worse in your opinion, a pin or a tech fall?
A tech fall.
Yeah, I know that.
Because a pin could accidentally happen. I mean, you could pin yourself.
Get in a bad position.
A tech fall means you getting whooped.
You getting whooped on.
And they playing with you.
And they playing with you.
Yeah.
And they playing with you.
Oh yeah, I had that happen to me.
And they playing and laughing
Sorry
about
to
it.
ask.
Because somebody's laughing about it.
Yeah.
Put me in something. Knew I was about to be pinned. let me out just so he could put me in it
You
again.
know, I
Set it up a different way.
I got tech fall when I was when I wrestled for a state championship. Got tech fall. I wrestled a young man named Joe Williams, who ended up being an Olympic medalist, NCAA division champion, Big Ten champ. I mean, I just happened to run into him, and I didn't know too much about wrestling, but and it was nothing I could do with him. He just was light years ahead of me.
Yeah.
And man, these kids now, I got some guys up in that, guys and girls.
Yeah.
In that virtual wrestling room, who are just way ahead of anybody that was been my day, because they're 2 moves ahead of you already, and I see it, man. It's crazy. But yeah, Major whoops me. I'm saying it to everybody right now. I know I'm gonna hate myself later on for saying it.
You're supposed to talk away.
But I'm trying to get right with Jesus.
That's all that matters. All right, so one last question before we end Facts or Cap, because these last 2 ain't even Facts or Cap. In your eyes, best wrestler to come through the program underneath you?
Best wrestler I have ever seen to come through Freeport High School is Markel Baker. Markel Baker is there's no words to even describe the what he brings. I said you as a coach, you hope that you have athletes that come in with the mind state of living right, working hard, dedicated, consistent, and he brings that every practice of every day, of every moment, every second. He brings it in, and I have a young female, Cadence Diddy.
The dog.
She's in that same mode. She's only a sophomore. People don't understand that. She's a sophomore. She's won, she won the East Invite, which was all male. She won the Polo Invite, which was all male.
Word.
She won conference, which is all male.
Yeah.
She's a conference champ. 120. Markel was 26. She was 20. And they have that mentality that when they're practicing, you don't have to worry about them practicing. When they come out to wrestle, what do we need? Do we need a pin? Do we need a tech? Do we just need just a win? They're going to give it to you. They're going to come in and wait. They're going to get great grades. They're never going to make no excuses. They want to wrestle the best.
Set the example.
I've never had a chance to bump a girl up her weight because I feel she's capable enough to beat your best wrestler. Right. So I'm bumping her up to go get your best wrestler. Yeah. And she wins.
Yeah.
But Markel Baker he's a great student. He works hard. He gives his all, but he's also one of the first people to pick up trash, to carry water off the bus. Thank you, pleases, helping others, humble. You never hear him talk about himself. Unless me and him talk about wrestling each other, then he say he would have beat me, but I told him he was way too small for me. But Markel's he's the best. He's the best.
That's what's up. Shout out to Markel. Shout out to Cadence too.
Yes.
Shout out to both of y'all. We're gonna wrap up Facts or Cap with that, y'all. We're gonna take another little quick break, and then we're gonna dive into this interview with Coach, man, and break down his life story and a little bit of the future of the programs and what we can look forward. All right, y'all. We'll be right back.
Good job. Oh shit.
Welcome back, world. This is the MVP show. If you're listening, the most valuable podcast. We here with our guest today, Coach Anthony Dedmond. Let's dive into this interview. And let's just start off, your basic background, life story. Where were you born? Here in Freeport?
Born in Freeport, man.
Born in
Freeport, yep. Born in Freeport. I left at the age of 6 months, I think. I'm out to Chicago, west side of Chicago. I used to come back in the summertime. In 7th grade, I decided I wanted to come back and live. So that's a conversation I had with my grandmother. And she said, let's do it. And brought me back, and I've been here ever since.
Got them roots deeply rooted.
Man. I tell you, Chicago a lot different from Freeport. I remember kids used to ride their bikes in Freeport and leave them out on the hill. And I thought, you take the bike in the house with you. Yeah. Or you walk into somebody's house and the door open. Where the bars on the windows at?
Right.
it just was something that I had never seen before. So for me to feel comfortable, look for opportunities, I said even at an early age, I knew I had to do something different and wanted to do something different. And so then I moved here, and I said been there ever since.
You said you came in 7th grade?
7th grade.
So you went straight to the junior high then?
Straight to junior high school, yep.
Okay.
Didn't touch a football until I was in 8th grade.
8th grade?
8th grade.
When'd you start wrestling?
I started wrestling the latter part of my freshman year. So I tried out for the basketball team, and I got cut. I was walking around, and I had a coach at that time was Tom Adams. Come back, tell me that I should come up for wrestling. I remember I thought to myself, yeah, I'm gonna go up and try this out. And went up there. First thing that caught my attention was wasn't no black people up there. I said, man, don't no black people wrestle, and no black people wrestled. And so went up there. I thought it was, I'm gonna beat up everybody. Thought I was stronger, faster. Man, I ran out there crying that first day. It had Matt burn all on my face and stretched me out. I mean, they was doing moves, laughing about it. I said, I ain't never going back there. And he ended up going to my grandma's house and telling her that he thought I had a little ability, and he thought I could kind of take this thing to a different level. And I told her I'm not going back. And she told him he'll be back tomorrow. And I said, well, I guess we're going to see, because I won't be back there tomorrow. So to make a long story short, I was back there the next day.
Right back in it.
I remember one thing about that is I remember I wrestled for about 2 weeks right before the end of the season, and I wrestled regionals. And coming in there, my record was short, and I ended up going against the number 1 seed of regionals. And I took him to the 3rd period, and nobody could understand how this kid's record is so bad.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like 0 I had a couple wins. I was throwing some people back. So either way, I took the number 1 seed to the 3rd, to all the way through the full match, and right then his parents were sitting by my grandmother saying, has he wrestled before? And she's like, no, he just started a couple weeks ago, and so they couldn't believe that. And after that, man, the rest was history. I got I liked it. I got hungry for it, and it helped change my life. So yeah,
that kind of brought me to the next question. But when do you think that drive or you developed that passion for wrestling or football? But matter of fact, at that age, which sport was your niche? Which one did you like most?
So I don't know if I liked any one better than the other. I think because they both were new, I just really get my feet wet. I think more with wrestling, the coach, Mr. Adams, made it a lot more funner for me. So, he made me more accepted. He made me feel like I was really making a difference, and that he made me believe that I was the best ever, even though I knew I wasn't. But he made me feel that I could be the best, and so wrestling was a sport where I kind of looked forward to, and like I said, I became better and better, and I reaped rewards from it.
Okay. When do you think your passion kicked in for it?
Probably that next year, that sophomore year.
When you felt like you could do something with it.
I think that sophomore year I came in, I came back in and wrestled again, and I started winning. And, I started beating some kids that had beat me kind of year before, a couple kids. Like I said, I didn't wrestle a lot as a freshman. But then I ended up winning sophomore conference. And I kind of blew everybody out there. And then I went to varsity conference. I took 3rd in that. And, no kid with that least experience was winning like that. So I was won that. I took 3rd in that. And then I went to regionals. And I took 3rd in regionals. I went to sectionals. And then I ended up getting 4th in sectionals. Like now, top 4 go to state. But at that time, top 3 going. So I took 4th in sectionals. And that made me hungry. I want to come back in next year and need to be better. So I like football. But I think because of the coaching, I like wrestling just that much more.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how were your grades and stuff in school?
Horrible.
Yeah.
Horrible. That's why I'm so hard on these students. Man, you talk about bad. The sad part is I had no one to ask me what was my long journey of this here. They didn't tell me that you had to get good grades to go to college. You had to get a good SAT score to go to college. I thought you just graduate and go to college.
Yeah.
I never got in trouble, so I never had to worry about dealing with the principal, vice principal, and administration. My counselor, she never was on me about what's your goals, what do you want to do in life. And like I said, Mr. Adams was really the only one at that time who kind of challenged me to just be better. So I was mad. we needed a 2.0 to be eligible for sports, and I was a 2.0. I didn't want no more, and Devin could get no less. At that time, it would be at Fridays. You would come in, and on the gym door, they would put all the people who weren't eligible. So So when you run in, you want to come in. You didn't want your name on that list,
Right.
Because them kids gonna ride you out. I can't believe you this dumb, but but they would ride you out about that paper. So you sit in the back and you looking. Oh man, I made it, thank God. But when you on there, oh my God, you bad business. So I would get the fair grades I needed. I didn't do too much. I did the minimum. I was a minimal student. I was at school though. I attended school. I love sports, but I just didn't. I was ignorant towards what you needed to do to get to the next level.
Yeah.
Because that information never given to me.
So did you get scholarships or anything like that?
So I remember my first letter. I got 2 letters in the mail. When I was a junior, I got a letter from University of Oregon and Oregon State telling me that we looking at you for wrestling. And I'm like, man, I got these letters. But I didn't know that. You know, at this time, they couldn't check all this stuff on the internet like you can now. So I was hyped. So I'm getting these letters coming in. I mean, different schools sending me letters. You know, we talking about this here. Because I started wrestling a little bit more Greco and freestyle. So I started traveling more. So as I became a junior, coach by the name of Ron Hatfield came in and Jay Castro. They came in and they both put a lot into me. Jay Castro put a lot into me as a person because he also was a Navy SEAL, so he was doing a lot of different things. And then Mr. Hatfield was more of a technician. He was involved with Olympic wrestling. He was involved in all this other stuff. So he was more the wrestling aspect of I'm going to travel you around. And so he took me around, me and his son, hotels. And I wrestled. And all these people started knowing who I was, which made me feel good. You go into a spot and they see you. Oh, here come Devin. So I put my head up like, I'm here. It's me. I'm here.
I'm here.
You know, so my head got a little big, but yeah. So those letters started coming in, and then when I found out what you needed, the prerequisites to get up in there, you know, those letters were just letters in a box.
Yeah.
And so when I graduated, I went to a school up in Sugar Grove, Wabanzi Community College. They were a JUCO school, and that was the only school I really could have went to. I didn't reach out to nobody else. They just said, we want you. I said, okay, I'll go. Right. Worst experience of my life. Had me in the ghetto down there. I tell you, mice.
Where was this at?
It's in Aurora.
Okay.
In Aurora. So I went to school in Sugar Grove. That's Wabanzi in Sugar Grove. But we was ranked number 2 in the nation. At JUCO, because we had got all these good people down there. Okay. And
put y'all on shitty circumstances.
Man, I don't know what they were, but I was in the ghetto,
made
man.
y'all hungry again.
I was used to this here. I'm like, where my grandma at?
So we got
food on the stove.
So we know how to produce athletes.
Man. And so I ended up going there for probably about 6 months. And then me and the coach really didn't click like that. And couple of things going on, and you know, I was wrestling this guy, and I'm beating him, but you making me go up a weight, and so I couldn't be as successful as I was. Anyway, I packed my stuff, came back home. I said, forget it, and I ended up coming back home and starting work at Kelly Springfield. So I was 19 at Kelly Springfield. Yeah. That's
it's a good old Freeport staple right there.
It is. At the time.
It was a good job at the time.
Man, 19 making $20 an hour.
That's certified.
Back then.
Yeah.
Certified
You felt like you was in it.
I was in it. Oh man, I felt like this is it, you know. But 6 days a week working, and I had a daughter. You know, I had my first child when I was 17. So I remember going to wrestling tournaments with my daughter, and the managers, they would be holding her, and I go wrestling. And I come back and hold her, and people be, whose baby does he have? Whispering, but you can hear her. Why whispering? And I had my daughters, and so yeah. So when I came back home, it was about, you know, man, I need to make sure I take care of her and try to take care of myself. And the school part was kind of secondary because I wasn't prepared no way.
Right.
You know, I went through school just like I said, barely making it. So I could care less about a college degree or.
Somebody think about
that, man. Especially if you don't know. So, but if I would have known what I know now, I'd probably try a little harder.
So you do got a degree, right? And
so as of right now, I graduate my associate degree in May.
Okay.
So
Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations.
thank you, appreciate it. Yeah, no, keep on moving. The problem is, and what it took so long is, so I got all these credits. I've taken so many credits, so many classes. I used to just take classes. I'm just gonna take a class just to take it. So I got all these credits, but a lot of them is like the same credit, like 3 speech classes, 4 English classes. Like I was just taking stuff.
Yeah, you're not putting together a
I went
curriculum. Yeah.
no curriculum for myself because once again I didn't know and I thought I was smarter than everybody else, so I'm gonna take these things. But anyway, and so I've always been on with coaching. Coaching takes a lot of hours and a lot of commitment, and so I never put myself first. I put myself last because I knew the amount of time it took for me to put into this coaching thing. So that's my biggest thing.
So then your career path, then I know you've done some work as a CO before, right?
Yes, I'm a correctional officer for 8 years, and that's what kind of landed me into my job I'm in now because of my job experience and with my college credits, which allowed me to be a teacher. So I teach a law enforcement class in Abbott at Freeport High School. But yeah, that was some good times there too, which I love that as well. I mean, it wasn't a hard job, but I started seeing young people that I had been dealing with coming in, and I knew it was time for me to make a change. So that was the turning point of that.
Yeah, I told the story off cam. I'll tell it on cam. When I turned 17, I had to go and do a little bit of time in the county jail, literally like 10 days or something like that, so I could get off probation. I'm sleeping there. I told them, I was like, I thought this was the perfect deal until I got in there and they closed that door the first night. And it was like, damn, I can't open this door no more. There's nothing in here.
It's over with.
But anyways, I'm sleeping in my cell one night. I hear a knock on the door. I hear a voice, Mario. I look up, it's Coach in the window. He's, boy, what the hell is you doing in here? I'm like, Coach, I don't know. I don't know. You can get me out.
You put lifeline.
But no, he told me some valuable stuff that day. He's like, you know, you're not the type of person that's supposed to be in here. Whatever you did, you know what I mean, let it be a lesson. And don't come back. And I never ever went back after that. So I appreciate that. You stopping at my cell that night telling me that. So that's how I knew about the CO.
I did. I said it was cool at first. So I tried to make sure I'm the same person everywhere I go. So regardless if they saw me up in there, you saw me on the street, it wasn't gonna be no different. You know, if I saw you in there, I wasn't gonna be like, well, okay, well you're an inmate and I'm a CO.
Right.
No, we gonna sit and talk, communicating, and I'm gonna keep it real with you. But yeah, it did start weighing heavy on my heart where I started going to work and hating work, like because I'm seeing these young people in there now. So it was a thing. I mean, and I remember the one day I woke up, ready to go to work, and I started crying. So I started crying like, man, I don't go to work, man. I'm just tired of seeing these kids come in there. And my wife, she told me, she said, she was my wife at that time. She said, why don't you just quit then? I said, I can't quit now.
I can't just a check attached.
Can't just quit. Right?
How you gonna feel about me then?
Because she was going to school at this time too. She was going to school, and so I was the main source of income. So she was like, "Well, why don't you just find another job?" And I ended up going to the high school, and they had a job for a family resource coordinator, and I had kind of worked there before when I was younger. When I first got back, I still worked at high school, at the middle school, anyway. And so I get into the interview process. Oh, we love you. Oh, we love to have you here. I said, well, how much does it pay? Anyway, it was $19 less than what I was making.
Jeez.
So I said, wow.
That's dramatic difference.
I'm working for free. Wow.
Dramatic difference.
Oh my God. And then I had to get my check spread out because I couldn't work in the summertime. So that made it even shorter. But, you know, the Lord provides. And man, he put me in a great situation. And at the end of the day, it was a good move for me.
Straight.
That's good. Hell yeah.
Glad to hear that part.
Probably was good for you mentally too.
Yeah, had
To
to
get away from that.
It was until the kids started liking me a little bit. Then I couldn't shake them.
Yeah.
Bam at the door. What you there doing? I'm working. So the kids, you know, they started to like you once they started to know you. And one thing about kids, they can tell the BS. They can tell when they can get over on you. They can tell when you BSing them. They can tell, you know, and they see the people who consistent. And with me, they knew what to expect. And so they for some reason they like that because I feel every kid wants some discipline. Regardless of how much they say they don't, they do. they at least know you care. And each year passed, the more kids I dealt with. So and here I am now, still dealing with kids.
Hey, it's worked out.
Yeah.
Put you in two great positions.
Yeah. You're a blessing to the community.
I'm blessed. Yeah.
Man, royalty.
I'm
Royalty to the community.
I'm waiting for my time.
Man, yeah. It's been 2 hours.
All right, y'all. We're going to take another quick break, man. We're going to jump right back into the interview. Stay tuned. This is the MVP Show.
Oh.
Welcome back to the MVP Show, guys. We here with Coach Devin still. Now we're going to jump into a little bit more of his coaching career.
It was like, still?
Yeah, still. We're not letting them go anywhere.
Still here?
Where's the royalty that they keep talking about? Where is he at?
Still here.
Mike Tomlin coming in.
So, your intro to coaching, what kind of, before you even accepted your first coaching position, how'd you get into the coaching world?
My first coaching job was my oldest daughter's basketball team at DeWine.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason I was coached was because they had nobody else wanted to do it.
Yeah.
That's normally how it is. Nobody else wanted to do it, so we're gonna give it to you anyway. And I remember I had one good guy on my team. It was Ryan, and everything was get a ball to Ryan. I told my daughter one time when she was playing, "Don't you shoot the ball. Get a ball to Ryan."
Nothing.
Dad, I haven't shot the whole game. I know. Get a ball to Ryan. Get a ball to Ryan. Ryan running court. He running rim to rim. and so just dealing with that, I kind of think that shaped me into doing a couple different things. That I helped out with some flag football over at the King Center. That was probably one of my most rewarding coaching things I did, because I got into it and got involved and saw these kids out here playing, and even, man, all praise due to Yancey Ship. I tell you what he does. He's overlooked. He's overlooked for what he pours into these kids in our community, and just seeing him out there. And at that time, we had a whole bunch of kids doing this flag football thing, and I came in and he had me on whatever the team name was. I changed to the Patriots automatically. We changed the Patriots anyway, and so got a chance to coach my son. Major at that time, he was young. He was out there playing, so I got to see. First time I met Matt Chavers. I don't know if you know Matt Chavers.
Yeah, of course.
Matt Chavers plays football right now, St. Xavier. I got called in my son as well.
Shout out, Matt.
Man, I had a chance to. That's when I first met him. He was out there sitting. And I know you're going to be mad about this. That's okay. He had these big old glasses on out there by himself, and he wanted to play football, but nobody was there to sign him up. So I'm walking out there, and I said, "You want to play?" And he's like, "Yeah." First play of the game, I give him the ball. No flags on. I just tell him, if they don't catch it, I ain't going to say nothing either. And me and him have locked in ever since. So, that was one of my things where I loved it. And then I said after that, went to Dakota and helped out because Major played Dakota. So I went and helped out with that, and then end up getting a wrestling gig in 2004, 2005, and then fell into middle school football, and still was coaching high school, and then back in 2016, I put in for the head coach of Freeport football, because I coached at Freeport the year before that. And then the other coach had left, so it was open. So he's looking for a head coach. So I put in for it, and I ended up being one of the finalists for that. So that kind of went back and forth. And then I was told, like at the very end, that they were looking for a teacher, and I just wasn't ready. And at that time, I was hurt. I was hurt for somebody to tell you that you're not good enough for something. But I do understand. I knew it just was not my time then. Now I do. At that time, I wasn't saying all this nice stuff here. I was hot.
Growth.
Thank you, guys. But like I said, man, and then got the middle school job. Had some success in the middle school, and then fortunate to job opening back up at the high school, and then ended with the job. So this is my 5th year being there.
That work. What's some of let's go off the football. What's some of your early? I don't want to call them failures, but some of your biggest lessons.
Some of my biggest lessons is that anytime you're running a program, you have to run it how you want to run it. I think I went out trying to get information from too many people on ways that should improve, and I think the kids that I dealt with were used to me doing a certain thing, and I kind of got off of that because I felt that I should do some things different. A lot of opinion sometimes is not a good thing. If you're going to win or lose, win on your own terms. And I said, open up my home to a bunch of different people. I say it that way. Definitely would have loved to get to the playoffs those first couple of years, especially that first year. Coaching my son, that was a highlight for me. But also, nobody can ever say that I treated him as if he was my son when I coached him.
Yeah. What were some pros and cons to that year?
Some pros were I thought that as a team we progressed. One thing that people didn't understand was the cons where we had a lot of injuries. A lot of injuries. So we had some guys not even practicing Monday to Thursday. They just played Friday. They played Friday, and then they set out to next Friday. But we still did some good things out of that. I said just growth. The growth, I wish we would have grown a little bit faster, but I have to put that on me. Even improving as a coaching staff, I think sometimes you need to get outside your comfort zone. I don't have to like all my coaches. Yeah. And that's what I now. I don't have a bunch of coaches that are friends.
Right.
I got a bunch of coaches that are great at what they do. They all bring something to the table that improves our program, and that's why I feel we are on the up. But yeah, that's our biggest thing.
With basketball and football pretty much being the main sports of, I guess you could say high school, especially boys basketball, boys football. How do you, especially with you and TJ also being the new coaches, what kind of new coaches up there? With the way the regime, I call it regime. The way the regime was years before this, even like when I was in high school, guys before me, even the time when you was in high school, but football was a lot different for you guys. But just seeing that stature of the way football, basketball has just gone down over the past, I say, decade. What has it been like trying to establish a new culture within all that?
It's just an expectation, and it starts with relationships between coaches. I feel that our coaching staff as a whole, not just football and basketball, but also track, baseball. I think we have a lot more coaches on board for one common cause: that's success in our program. I think that we all are having those conversations, not just about. So where it might have been, okay, it's just about football. I need you as a football player. You need to lift all summer. But no, now you just don't need to lift. Now I want you to play a little baseball.
Straight.
I want you to play some basketball. I want you to keep your options open. We're all about the progress of athletes getting better. And to say you can see it, now kids can't use coaches against each other. And say with that expectation, everybody has their own different coaching style, but everybody brings something to the table. I feel really great about the coaches that we have at Freeport High School. I feel that even though our kids, we have to share a lot of these kids, at the end of the day, we all have a plan to be successful by using our kids in the way that's needed to be needed.
So, the wrestling program has been, I would say, extremely successful the past few years. What, you would say the same?
Yes.
Yeah.
I say we've had a lot of success in stints. It's been kind of some we up, some we down, but we've been consistent.
Yeah. I see the foundation though being laid now for a program that's sustainable for a while. Like wrestling, it's hard to make wrestling cool in a place like Freeport.
Yes. And wrestling was not cool.
Yeah.
Wrestling
For a
was,
long time.
man.
Yeah.
You don't wrestle, huh? Like you get wrestling? Oh, we don't wrestle.
I remember 96, 97, Kyle certainly used to wrestle, and I remember there was like a pretzel, not an invite. I don't want to call it an invite because it wasn't a meet or anything like that, but it was more of like a introduction to the youngins, I guess you could say. So we had that, and that kind of like got me in the mood of it, but it didn't stick with me.
we've been fortunate to have the characters that we have on our team. These characters couldn't fit nowhere else. I mean, we have, our team stands out from every other team because of what it entails. We have some of every nationality, every race, male, female, and they all come together. And although our wrestling is good, how the camaraderie is even better.
Yeah.
That's what people always compliment us on. Is God, how you guys are always together, rooting for each other, and inspiring each other. And even if somebody lose, somebody don't lose, and they come off, oh, you suck, you don't matter. You lose, that's okay. We'll get them next time. And that's the way it is. And it's been that way. I've always tried to run it as a family, and that's the way I was when I was in school with my coaches.
Yeah, so. That first year, I was a part of that team, and that was extremely important. You expressed that every single time we went out to the tournaments. Like, everybody support each other. We're all on the mat. When one person's on the mat, we're all slapping on the mat, getting them ready. You know what I mean?
He's like, tell me before the match, Devin, you got to get everybody. Yeah. We're not going to have y'all in the corner this time.
Yeah.
I'll be like, all right. When we start wrestling, everybody in the corner, I tell them, what can I do?
Yeah.
So
I remember we went to our first tournament, and we actually did decent. We didn't win, but we did decent. And we was acting a fool on the bus, man. We got back home.
East Invite. That was East Invite went too.
Yeah. We thought we was finna just get in the cars and go home. Yeah. Nah, we opened the gym up. We ran for about an hour straight as a team.
Yes,
and when one person stopped, the clock restarted.
Yeah.
So team building, like you said, a family, always been about that. I can say that for a fact.
Yeah.
How do so a lot of people always, give a lot of credit to the athlete, whatnot, right? But as a coach, man, how do you feel when you see your athletes winning a state championship? How does Devin feel?
It humbles me, man, because I know the amount of work they put into it. I know the amount of time that goes into this. I know that nobody just hands you a state championship. Nobody just says, here you go. And for us, we come from a place that is not close to anywhere else. Those top programs, we're not close to any of those.
No.
So for us to come in and compete, and people see Freeport, now they be like, oh, they're going to Freeport. That's incredible. We know we're going to have our hands full. That speaks volumes. These, once they win that state championship, it's like I can finally breathe. Because it's a sigh of relief, like, we did it.
Yeah,
straight.
And everything they do is we.
Yeah.
It's we. Because we all had to have some part with it. I tell Matt says all the time with Major's championship, we won that because Matt's Major's partner, so they wrestled all the time.
Straight.
If it wasn't for me, you wouldn't have won. And I gotta agree. I mean,
for real,
because if you're not wrestling pushing them, then you're right. And it's always we, and that, just to see them reach their goals, get to where they need to be at, to see that part of the journey is refreshing. But also, I'm always eager to see what's the next part of it. That's one thing about it. As a coach, we have the best job in the world because we get to see the journey.
Right. Yep.
Your journey just doesn't stop because you graduate.
Yeah.
Your journey continues on, and I want to see that firsthand.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay. Besides, like the family feeling that you want to give your team, like what's one thing special with football that you want to express to your team going into next season?
We got to be consistent. We got to be consistent in our expectations, and not just on the field, off the field. We can't be in class playing around, sleeping. We can't talk a good game. We have to go out there and execute both daily. We had some losses last year. We could have easily been a 6-3 team last year.
Yeah.
But because we weren't consistent, it didn't happen. And it's nobody's fault. I mean, you look at it's the coaches and the players. We just can't say, well, because the player did this. No, it's the coaches and the players. So I demand a lot out of my coaches, demand a lot out of our players. But like I said, it's about being consistent on and off the field. Get your grades, how you treat people, how you act when nobody's watching. Those things speak volumes to everybody. So.
Okay. All right. Anything else you want to add to that?
No, we're going to wrap that segment up.
So?
We're going to take another quick little break, man. We're going to jump back with probably the most important segment of all the segments we're going to do today.
Most definitely.
We'll save that to after the break, though. This is the MVP show. Stay tuned.
I'm doing the MVP.
Welcome back to the MVP show. All right, so last segment, but it's gonna probably be one of the biggest ones. So let's get into it, man. Make sure you're listening. So, with you being a black head coach,
All day, every day.
first and foremost, what was it like, man, from the mental aspect? What was it like for you, man, coming into that position, football? Because wrestling, I felt like it was kind of like we talked about, it kind of played the background a little bit. Wrestling doesn't get the highlights like it should, especially with how you raised the stature in wrestling. But with football being America's sport, almost, especially this town's main attraction in a way back in the day, has a great football field. But what has it been like for you mentally?
You know, off wrestling, nobody else wanted that job. So, so there was nothing going on with that. Are you got a pulse?
You're around?
Right. As long as I was around, I was good. But I'm telling you, when our first game after we beat Auburn, I had a sports reporter call me, and he told me congratulations, and he said I want to congratulate you because when you got hired, he said he had someone contact him. He said they didn't leave a name or nothing, and they told him
I never do.
that I was the worst hire that Freeport ever could have had.
Oh, wow.
And that I would lose every game because I was just that bad. Well, that's dumb because I had probably the Nick 10 MVP on my team. So I got to win at least one.
Something. Something.
I was going to win at least one.
Just logically.
I mean, if you knew anything about sport, we'd win one. But that just showed how, as a minority coach, we tend to have to jump through a little bit more hoops and get a lot less praise. We can do twice as much work and have twice as much success, but it means very little to who we are. My day starts every day at 3:30. Every day I'm up 3:30.
You said that.
3:30 to 4. Between 3:30 and 4 o'clock, I'm up every morning. I got to.
Hey.
I'm watching wrestling, or I'm watching football, or I'm reading.
That's right.
And I do this because the kids always tell me, "Why are you up?" Because I'm at the school every day between 5:30 and 6 every day. Nobody's there, so I get there. Why do you do it? I want to feel like I'm putting in way more hours than everybody else, and that's just my mindset. Is I want to feel like I'm doing way more work than everybody else, or could even think of. Because it takes a lot to get yourself up sometimes. But anyway, I felt like I've had a lot of success, and it hasn't come accidentally. My success comes from the work I put in. It comes from the people I surround myself with. That's one thing I'm not about buddy. I'm about putting people around me that are going to impact me to be better. Mm-hmm. If you're not impacting me, you're not even worth being around. I mean, that's the biggest thing. But you have to impact me or challenge me to be better. And I think that with a lot of people's mindset of me failing was because it wasn't the picture they saw. I lost a lot of people that I loved because of situations that many thought were unfair. Never in my life do I ever have to worry about being unfair to anyone. Being unfair is going into a situation knowing you already lost. That's unfair.
Right.
A lot of people don't have to deal with that. They don't have to deal with, I'm only getting this job because my buddy told them about the job, so now I'm getting this job where I might be the better candidate, but I'm not going to get it because you already hired my buddy's buddy. Right. So it was tough. And I remember my wife sitting me down and asking, "Are you ready for this? Is it worth it?
Yeah.
Is it worth it? Is it worth you
That's deep.
going through this headache? Because your son's finna leave." She said, "Major's about to leave, about to go to college. So that means we got to be on the road watching him. So why are you going to do this then? Why would you put yourself in a situation?" And what I told her was, it's not about Major. It's about all those other kids that deserve a chance. I know what I can do. I'm pretty consistent on what I do. And so for me, I thank those people who wanted my downfall.
Yeah.
Because all you did was encourage me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You made me hungry. You made me understand that it's not going to be easy, but I wouldn't want it any other way. So yeah. So now we get to this point here, and we do what we do. We keep pushing.
How has the, granted you got the kids, but how has the black support been for you?
You know, the one thing I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you this here. There's one thing I've learned.
Address it.
Is that it doesn't matter black or white. People gonna want your downfall regardless.
Yeah.
So
Facts.
just because it's black don't mean black rooting for you all the time.
Yeah. True.
We some of our biggest critics.
Yeah. Yeah.
All skin folk ain't your kinfolk.
Oh, we some of our biggest critics, and we refuse to look at the behind the scenes stuff and only want that immediate impact. If it's not immediately happening, then it must be a failure.
Yep.
And it doesn't work like that. You know what I mean? I've had people that I know smile in your face, that tell you great job, turn around, why is he doing that? Oh, why is it? Why that was me, I would have. Well, it's not you though. Not you. Like, that was me, I would have did this here. Fourth and one, I would have went for it. No, we're not gonna do this.
This is why you're in stands.
Because this ain't Madden.
Yeah, for real.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
That's
You
real.
know, my job is to create individuals that want to play at the next level. So that means you're going to do it right.
Yep.
You know, so yes, you know, we've had people step up and say they want to be. I mean, when I first got hired, I had so many people come out who want to be part of what you're doing. Oh man, I'm behind you 110%. You know you got me. I want to be involved with you. I look up 3 years later, they gone. You're not consistent. You're not consistent. It's not even for me. So what I have during the summer, I always have what's called open field. Open field means anybody's parent, guardian, friend, grandma, auntie, 15th cousin can come out and watch practice. And not even up in the stand. You can come on the field and you can watch practice.
Yep.
What that does is let these kids know that you are watching, that I'm supporting you, that I'm there to see you. And I'm saying you ain't got to stay all day long. We hardly ever see anybody out there. And I know people got lies. You know, we talked earlier about how these smaller towns, they have that support. They have that
Tradition.
monetary, that tradition.
Yeah.
You know, because people believe, I don't care if they own whatever, they still going to come through for them year after year. For us, only way I'm coming for you is, only way I'm attaching to you is if you're winning.
Yeah.
That way I can be, I guess, be proud, but we're winning regardless. We got all academic all-state players. We got
That's already a win.
we got kids in colleges playing in all divisions, Division 1, 2, and 3 JUCO. We got all-state members. There's a game called the Illinois Shrine Game it's located down in Bloomington. It's been going on for 100 years. First kids to play in it were these last 3-4 years. They down there, we consistent down there. I'm gonna be coaching down there this year. I've been invited to coach. Right? Man, I listen to these dudes talk about their resume. I'm like, why am I here? Am I the manager?
That's the thing. Why I can't wait to put your resume up.
So it's like,
put it right there.
you know, but it's never about me. Yeah. And it is, and you know, I mean, we have people come to that school that has never been through there. So we're winning. It wasn't like I came in and was given a dynasty. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You got to build it.
You know, Belichick didn't step away and said, okay, here you go with Tom Brady and everybody, and here you go. 7 championships, you take it on now.
Oh.
We had to rebuild.
Yep.
And not just physically, but mentally. We had to rebuild the expectation of you're going to be better students than athletes. Okay. Be better men than players. You're our future, so I'm not going to let you get an inch. I'm not going to give you that rope to hang yourself. What I'm going to do is I'm going to straighten that rope tighter to let you know you're on my hip.
Right. To piggyback off that, how, because you're an active coach on and off the field, but how does that support change an athlete's mentality?
People have no idea what what it means to be that positive by support. Just your little bit of come out for 5 minutes. Just your seeing a kid out somewhere and say, hey, how you doing? I remember you playing, say, oh, I saw you at practice, or I saw you Friday night. Good luck this Friday night. Just that little bit there goes so far, because you know people are watching the good things that happen. Anything I post on Facebook is never about me. Any social media is never about me. It's always about my kids. So when people are looking at my social media, you always see what these kids are doing. For you to reach out to a kid and say, you know what, I saw that you was all state. I saw that you're academic all state. I saw that you were all conference. I saw that you was wrestling state champ, conference wrestling champ. You know, to see those things and say, hey, you know what, we want to send out to you. We want to tell you how proud we are of you. It's tremendous. But we're not consistent on what we do with that. We're only consistent when it benefits us. And that's the sad thing about it. People are only consistent when it benefits them and allows them to somehow be part of it. And we can't do that. You can't make it about you. I can't make this about me. It's not about me. I could be dead tomorrow and somebody else would be a coach in Freeport.
That quick.
That quick. But hopefully I've laid something within these kids to understand that, hey, this is the expectation, now let's run with it.
Mm-hmm.
So
What's some of the things that you've, with both coaching jobs, that you've implemented to help the students, the athletes with being a student?
Accountability. Well, they are accountable. I'm consistent on getting on their nerves. I'm consistent with doing too much. I'm consistent on calling them out. I'm consistent on my philosophy is a little different. To me, you guilty until proven innocent. So if they said you did it, you did it. Yeah. You better prove to me you didn't do it. So that is just me. And I think that goes a long way, because I also say that consistent on myself. I'm not going to come to a practice after I've been all night partying. I don't go party. I'm not going to come in there and halfway coach. I have a game plan set up. I'm not going to act like I don't care, or I'm going to take off for a birthday or take off for an anniversary. I'm there. That is my party right there. So I've laid in that what I ask you, I'm asking myself all the time. I'm never going to ask more of you than I would of myself. And I think they get that. I think they understand where I'm coming from, and like me or not, it's who I am.
Got a side question. Because I kind of revert back to my past and a lot of others before me, after me, and even during me. But we didn't have that coach, man, that went the extra mile for us outside of that gym or that field. Do you feel coaches are obligated to get players to the next level or help them outside of that sport?
It is your job, your duty to create options. You have to. If you don't feel you need to create opportunity, you're in the wrong line of business.
Yeah.
When we asking those athletes to get out there and lift all those weights, or attend those open gyms or open fields, or get those great grades, or act accordingly, or we're asking them to do something out of the norm that maybe they haven't done. Because I don't know what's going on in your home life. I don't know what situation you had. But I'm asking you to be somebody better than even you imagine. So with saying that, if you have a plan to go somewhere when this is over with, then I need to be on that plan with you. We got to be on the same plan.
Sure.
So I got to work hard for you to give you some opportunity. I always tell my kids, what I want you to do, I want a table full of letters instead of a table with a letter.
Right.
Because nothing is worse than one thing. Yeah, I guess I'll go here. That was me. When I had one opportunity, this was it. This is what I'm doing. And that's something I don't want. I want every kid to have a bunch of opportunities, to have a choice. Either I'm going to do this or I'm not. And not saying every kid has to go to college. Because the trades are booming.
Yeah.
With a lot less debt.
Yeah. Lot.
Yeah.
And I'm going to have some kids go that way.
Yeah,
and I'm good with that.
Yeah.
But for those who do want to continue on, there's a school for everybody. So.
Okay. Now, real quick, I just wanted to touch on the mindset of today's youth. Because kids today are a lot different than kids when I was a kid and kids when you was a kid. With social media, gangs, rap culture, all of that stuff. How do you keep kids away from falling into that trap? If it's possible to keep kids from falling into that trap.
I don't know if it's possible to keep them from there, but what you try to do is you try to keep yourself transparent to allow you to be seen as a person instead of just an individual who's demanding all the time. That's me personally. I show the kids what you see, what you get. I'm no different. I'll hug a kid at school. I'll hug a kid outside of school. If you have a question or comment, or we want to talk about something, I'm good with that. I have kids over to the house. We go out to eat. I mean, even continue kids, not even kids, but grown men now who I've coached, grown women who I've coached, now doing other things. I see them and still, hey, what's going on? Hug up, what's happening? How you doing? My wife tells me all the time, if I see you talking to somebody, I gotta leave it, so at least I can get done with what I'm doing. Because I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop, and because I want to know what's going on with their life. Kids nowadays, I think the problem with them attaching with things they're looking for something to be part of.
Yeah.
And with this gang situation, with these different groups and organizations, they're quick to bring somebody in.
Yeah.
We want to get a hold of you.
Yeah.
Because that's another soldier we got now.
Yep.
But also somewhere down the line, we failed. Yeah. We haven't showed them the importance of what we need. I mean, I just said the other day, somehow, some way, we have allowed kids to think this is balance between adult and child. We have given them a voice to think they can say what they want to, do what they want to,
Yep.
and what we're going to do is we're holding adults more accountable than we do kids. Because, if I'm with a child and that child cusses me out, then I might get written up. But if if a child cuss me out, then I'm supposed to just be quiet. But if I cuss him out, I might get written up.
Right.
You holding me accountable, how many you
Right.
kill?
Deal with bigger
True.
consequences.
It's way bigger consequences with that. And so in saying that, now kids feel I don't have to go to school and really give all my all. Because I don't got to listen to nobody. How you going to, she's going to tell me shut up? All I was doing was talking. Yeah, you was. Too much.
Too much, yeah.
And so it's just a thing where, for me, I try to stay transparent. I try to keep my home open, keep my life open. Some people say sometimes I give too much of myself, but if I don't give more of myself, somebody else will. Yeah. And they'll make it look better on that other side of the glass. And what I'm trying to do is keep these kids on this side. Yeah. So, because this other side, I don't care less about that. But even those kids that might fall into that scope, I still fool with those kids as well. Yeah. I'm not just walking past them like they don't matter. Pull your pants up, boy. What's going on?
Yeah.
I hear you ain't going to school. So what you doing now? I'm still fooling with those kids. I see a dice game, I'm stopping. If I see somebody I know, I walk the streets. I get out of the community. I try to, I'm not running from the problem. I'm trying to face the problem. But also with that, as a community, we have all these meetings about what we gonna do and what happens with it.
Nothing.
If I go to one more meeting,
Yep.
I'm gonna go nuts.
Nothing happens.
I'm tired of going to meetings. So I do my own little thing on the side. I try to keep up with my kids. And I don't think any kid I've ever dealt with, like I said, regardless if they like me or not, can say that I did them wrong. Nobody can say I did them wrong.
Yeah.
Now, how you took it is how you took it.
I feel like.
Well, I mean, I slept well regardless. But
Going to sleep.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to add before we wrap this up, Coach?
Man, it's just I'm telling you, I'm so impressed with what y'all doing here, man.
Appreciate it.
Just y'all voices. You see young people using these voices. I tell my players all the time, use your voices.
Yeah.
When we sit back in the background and we allow people to call out certain things or talk bad about certain things and we don't say anything, we just as bad as them. Yeah. So to use your voices, and also give these opportunities to these young people, voices to be heard.
Yeah.
That's another thing. I mean, man, y'all light years away from what I ever thought. Last Bryce Carlson, same thing.
Yeah.
I mean, man, what y'all doing for the 815 is like,
But
never seen this before ever.
gotta keep pushing.
And taking your own time, using your own ends.
Yeah. Completely.
You know, it should be people behind y'all, backing y'all. So say, let's make this bigger.
Should.
It should.
Should.
It should. I mean, man. I mean, it's you know, we quick to put on the newspaper about all the bad things going on, but you rarely hear about the positives.
Yeah.
And this is a positive. You know, like I said, for me, it's been rough. It's been rough. I've been doing this 18 years, and it's been rough. And I think that I've given my time. I think that I've been consistent on my time. I think that I've, you know, given years of my life that I'll never get back. I say I just turned 48. I done lived probably half my life already. Another 48, I'm 96.
That's up there.
So I'm like, man, I didn't, but I've given my time, my effort, and still, by saying that, you still have people that are challenged what I do. And at the end of the day, they got to ask themselves, why? Why do you? What can they say that I've done that's been bad? What can you say I've done to anything that's failed?
Yeah.
You can't. But you pick and choose what's going on. If you're going to be by the kids, be by the kids.
Straight.
Like you said, we talk about money. We talk about field houses.
Yeah.
It's money in Freeport. It's money
Big
in
money.
Freeport.
They made $22 million off the first year slots.
Why don't these kids have a field house?
Know the stats.
Why are we sharing? Why are they having basketball practice at 9 o'clock at night?
Don't make no sense.
Why? Why does the wrestling room have a room to wrestle in?
Who's taking this money?
Why aren't things being put in place to help our athletes say and be proud about what they're doing?
Yeah.
I mean, and that's one thing about being proud. I go over there to Auburn, they got that beautiful field house.
Man.
East got that beautiful field house. Jefferson updated their gymnasium. Beautiful. How the nigga got the prettiest field house I done seen.
Yes.
Really? I ain't seen it.
You see it from
Guilford.
Oh my goodness.
Guilford.
It's
We
nice.
got a beautiful field house. We the only Harlem has nothing but room, but they hold gym.
That is shit.
So
I call that that's the Mecca. When I was in high school. That was the Mecca to me, high school.
you know, man, these kids want something to be proud of. You know what I mean? Recently, we updated our locker room. You know, that's the first time it's ever been done.
Yeah, since.
But
Locker
have
room
some for these
made.
kids to be proud of. And like I said, if you're going to stand behind, don't stand behind something because of me.
Yeah.
Don't stand against it because of me.
Stand for the kids.
Stand for it because of the kids. Because that's who we fighting. This battle's about these kids.
Yeah.
And you know, and on the last note, I will say this here. I do love the changes going on. Very slow, but I love see a couple more minorities in the district in certain positions. I do love seeing more females in higher ranking positions. But we need more of that. You know, we need, you know, we have a majority of African American kids that are lost.
Yeah.
And they need more people around them. You can't have Mr. Collier around here forever. As much as he puts in, he can't be here forever.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, Mr. Devin is not going to last forever. I'm hoping if I hit this lottery, I'm going tomorrow.
Me too, daddy. Me too.
But it is you know, we need people to stand up and be consistent on what they do. And I say that all the time. No, that's always consistency.
No,
That
that's
is
what it is.
That is what
That's
I talk
key.
about.
That's
Consistency.
major.
Consistency. You know,
Major.
I mean, even consistency with when kids are doing well. We need to celebrate our kids. You know, one thing my son said when he left Freeport was he never felt celebrated.
They didn't.
He never felt celebrated. He felt that he put his time in, he did his work, he did everything was needed, and he didn't feel celebrated by his community.
You know what? I feel that.
You know how hurtful that is as a
feel
father?
I feel that. I feel that because I felt that. I felt the same way.
Like I said, I set up and I watched you. I watched you come in and put the extra work in. I watched you. I was supposed to be running a practice. I'm watching you play basketball. Bogus.
Work.
But you get these young men, young women putting this extra work in out here shining above all the other stars, and we minimize them.
Yeah. Make it feel less than.
Make them feel less than, and then we wonder why when they leave they never want to come back.
There you go.
They don't put nothing back into their community because they didn't feel appreciated.
No.
Got a young man right now. Malik Johnson. Malik Johnson, Harvard student. Playing UAB. Full scholarship. Graduated with his degree, wife, kids now.
What's up?
A product of his environment. But you never hear nothing about him. This boy that played, should have went to NFL. I keep calling him boy, but he ain't no boy, grown bigger than me. Now, he might try to whoop me. But I mean, he did something against the grain where he could have easily fell down that pipe and ended up in a wrong situation. Yeah. And now look at him now. I mean, we got kids playing sports right now. We got 12, 13 kids from Freeport playing college football right now. And I didn't mention soccer. Not even mention basketball. We got kids right now that are doing some great things, but we too busy focusing on all these other kids.
Negative.
And if I hear one more time about somebody ask me, is Freeport that bad? Is it really that bad? No, it's not that bad. Quit letting people fool y'all. It is not.
It's not.
The number of kids that make poor decisions is very small. It just continue to keep making poor decisions.
Yep.
And we keep focusing on them. Mm-hmm. It's way more kids that's doing great things, but we don't put that out in the limelight. We don't do that because they don't hear about it. So now, I'm thinking about maybe my son might go to another school because too many problems at Freeport. What problems? Yeah. I mean, I ain't been jumped on yet. I mean, I'm good.
All these years.
I should have been. I should have been jumped on. But it's like, man, I mean, quit making it look like it's a terror. Like, Freeport is so bad. Oh, my God, that Freeport place is so horrible. It's not. Freeport has nothing but opportunity. It's what you do with it.
Yeah.
If you don't take advantage of it.
Wow.
I mean, come on.
I ain't want to come back. But there was something that needed to get done.
It's a car. You know, I never thought I'd be coaching this long. I never thought I did. Yep. With wrestling, I said I was one and done.
Yeah.
I wasn't even going to coach. I swear to God, I wasn't going to coach. Somebody happened to hear me on the phone talking to somebody else and said, you need to get up here now. We need your coach. And I thought, coach? I can't coach no wrestler. I wrestle, but I don't know about the coaching part of it. Came in, didn't know nothing about no kids, didn't know nothing about, I knew what I did, that was it. And 18 years later, I'm still doing it.
Yeah, bye.
I came when they gave me a bucket. The bucket had all kind of mixed match singles in it. Here you go. I remember our first regional, the bus didn't come pick us up. We had to carpool to a regional. We had to carpool to a regional. I mean, it's crazy. And now I'm still here. You know, with football, I heard people say he's only doing it for the son. Never did it for my son. Because I guarantee you this here, if I did it just for my son would have probably been in a way bigger school.
See, the thing is, a lot of people don't understand the village that we was all raised in. You know what I'm saying? So now that we're adults, you know, we're still trying to reestablish that. So when you say, no, it's not about major, you see the vision, you see you see the potential of your town, your community.
Yes.
You know, and that's why you're still there. And a lot of people don't see that. So from us, man, and people in the community, we want to give you your flowers. We want to say thank you for all the time you put in. You know what I'm saying?
They gonna break me?
No, don't break down.
They gonna break me down.
Too big for that.
They gonna break me
Get
down.
that man some tissue.
But yeah, man, we want to say thank you, man, from the bottom of our hearts, man, because I've known you my whole life. You know what I'm saying? This is you. So it was destined.
You used to pick me up on the wrestling mat and hold me like this. And say, I used to hold you like this when you was a baby, boy.
I did.
Every time
But I did though.
Every time I act in the fool. So.
He tried to be mad. I think about, come here. But yeah, I mean, man, I love Freeport. And people tell me, love Freeport. I love Freeport. I love what it has to offer. I've been to some rough places. I've been to some lack of opportunities. We can make this an outstanding community.
You can take it back.
But everybody has to be in. Yeah. You can't only be in when it suits you. You can't only be in because of what you think it should look like. If you in for somebody, you in for somebody. Yeah. I can't worry about just one kid. I got to worry about a bunch of kids. And I got some kids kind of mad at me later because they's like, man, you ain't talked to me in a while. You know how many more kids I got now?
Right. Straight.
Call me up though.
Yeah.
My number ain't never changed.
Nope, dial.
And everybody got my number.
My
I
number
know
is
it.
everywhere.
Everywhere. Everybody got my number. So it's like you always searching to do more. And like I said, it's this coaching is a sacrifice. You sacrificing your life. Yeah. I'm not a part-time coach. This year, I've been coaching since February last year. Yeah. I coached for a whole year.
Yeah.
From
For real.
February to February. From February to March. Because I just got done. I just coached this past Saturday. So I've been coaching for over a year now,
Once
straight.
the job start.
And not one time has somebody said, so how you feeling?
No, they don't. They don't.
I had a doctor's appointment last Monday. Didn't go to school. Kids texting me, where you at? You are not my boss.
See, but that's your impact.
Yeah. Don't call me no more.
That's your impact. They want you there. They want you there. It's the only way it's gonna get done. It's the only way it's gonna get done. So they respect that.
But thank y'all for having me. I truly
Man,
appreciate
we
it.
thank you.
Yeah.
We thank you.
So
take
we
us
gonna
out, bro.
we gonna wrap this episode up, y'all. This is episode 5. We
My
truly
man,
appreciate
man.
y'all tuning in, man. We truly appreciate our guests coming here. Like my man said, we want to give him his flowers while he here. Inspirational to the community, coach. We love you. We need 10 more of you. You know what I mean? This is the MVP show. Thank y'all for staying tuned this long. Hopefully y'all watch this, like, share, subscribe, comment, and tune in for the next one. And peace. Love yourself. Love each other. Peace out.
Cause I'm MVP, yeah. We got the news straight from the source. We got the tea, yeah, we got the tea. We on the field, we on the court, we in the streets, yeah, we in the streets. Look, authentic, my crown fitted. So you already lost. If he throw it up, I'm coming down with it. We like Brady and Moss. Brett Favre for this sidearm, I'm like AI for this cross. Like Westbrook with that drip, homie. Don't slip all in my sauce. Trophies all in my house. Prime time and that's vouch. We was in the field, you was sitting home on your couch. We was running 40s while you steady running your mouth. Shooting lights, Kobe till the shot clock run out. The MVP, the MVP, they envy me, cause I'm MVP. We got the news straight from the source. We got the tea, yeah, we got the tea. We on the field, we on the court, we in the streets, yeah, we in the street. The MVP, the MVP, they envy me, cause I'm MVP. Yeah, we got the news straight from the source. We got the tea, yeah, we got the tea. We on the field, we on the court, we in the streets, yeah, we in the streets. Look.